The Jigawa State Government says it has uncovered 6,348 ghost workers in its staff verification exercise in the state. State Commissioner for Information, Youth, Sports and Culture, Honorable Sagi Musa, disclosed this while briefing newsmen on the outcome of the State Executive Council meeting, council meeting chaired by Governor Umar Namadi on Monday. According to him, Council has received the report of staff verification exercise and approved the establishment of continuous capture center at the office of the head of civil service for the completion of the statewide staff audits, biometric data capture and validation exercise as part of the integrated payroll and personnel management system for the Jigawa State Government. The commissioner said the state was able to save 3,140,657 per month and 3,775,000 per annum. Trillion. It said the aim was not to witch hunt any worker, but sanitizing the system and facilitates the prompt payment of salaries and other rights of workers. Sagi said the State Executive Council approved establishment of a continuous capture center at the office of the head of civil service for the completion of the statewide staff audits, biometric data capture and validation exercise. I don't know if I've had you here one time when we discussed a situation of ghost staffs, you know, but I know you have idea about this, and the situation has been uncovered in Jigawa State. I'm sure most of the states in the country have had this situation, but 634 348,000 ghost workers. I am sure most of them receive salaries, because what are ghost workers? The ones that are absent and then they receive salaries, or the ones that they are not there but they don't receive salaries, but their names are on the templates, or their names are in the system. Well, what do you have to say about the situation?
Well, it's something that has been in the system for a very long time. I would call it a national phenomenon. It's not limited to Jigawa State alone. We are getting to hear this just because the government has been able to identify these ghost workers. And for me, it's criminal that you collect money for job that you don't do. We have people who work in Edo State, but they live in Port Harcourt in Rivers State. There are people who work in Bayelsa State, but they are staying in Lagos State. So how do you now, meet up with, your duty post? Unless, of course, they understand that it's government work. That's the idea. That's the orientation, that it's government work, and the civil service is like an elephant's meat, where when you cut it, from different sides, it will still get to reach everybody. But you don't understand that that's productivity is affected. When you don't go to work, there are certain responsibilities you are meant to handle as a part of the workforce. But people feel that there's no point. It's not government work. It's national cake. It's criminal. Yeah, that's it. People don't go to work. Go to the ministries, agencies, departments of government.
Okay, so most of these staffs, they do not take work seriously because it's a government-owned one. But they pay more attention if it was a privately owned one.
If you are supposed to be here by 7 a.m. this morning to prep for your show, and you decide to stay back in your house because you feel there's no need for you to come to work, there will be consequences. You know that. So
is it that there are no overseer in the government sector that checks these things?
Now what they do is they only come to the office only when they hear that there's going to be maybe biometrics. Maybe there's meant to be.
And that was how they realized.
Yes,
they were doing the biometric verification
and all of that. That you see, that's when you now see some of them traveling from far away Côte d'Ivoire. It was on record now. It was on the news that there are people who are staying in the UK who are civil servants and they're still receiving salaries. It was recently discovered that people living abroad in America who are civil servants are receiving salaries. They are on the payroll of government. That is waste of government resources.
And that can also create unemployment. It's about every aspect of it.
Yeah, but then again, these are people, when they were looking for these jobs, they were fighting tooth and nail to ensure that they get the job. Some person will tell you that I prefer working with government even if my salary is 50,000 because they will have time for their own businesses. Haven't you heard people say that? That I prefer government job because I can try not to even go to job for the period of time that that I'm working. Nobody would just get somebody somewhere, one of the directorates, that will cover for you. At times, some of them they give out 20% of their salaries to their immediate boss to cover for them. It affects productivity, and we all complain about bad government. So you that is a civil servant that is meant to be on your duty post at a certain period of time, you don't even come to work. Even some of them even come late. That can be excused, but there are some that even come to work.
And this can also cross across the health sector. There's sometimes when you go to the hospital, most of the government-owned hospitals, and you're like, there's an emergency, please, I need the doctor, and the doctor is on
You don't see them.
And you see maybe just like very few nurses.
What you even get in some of those government-owned medical facilities is that the security man at the gates will just tell you that, Oga, what is the problem? Okay, you are looking for so and so consultant, you're looking for so and so, okay, call so and so number. They direct you to their own private establishments, abandoning the one that government has employed you to do. So that is, for me, is criminal, and not until people get punished. Because I've said before that if people don't get consequences for bad behavior, it will certainly continue. It's a case of an abomination that has stayed long in a society and has now become a way of life. These things shouldn't be allowed to continue because it's affecting not just the people who would need the services of some of these civil servants who don't even come to work, but the productivities of governance. Go to the local government secretariats across the country. What you see are empty desks. And it is an unending phenomenon.
So why do you think most of these Nigerians do these things? Is there a reason why they do not take government-owned, what's the word? Establishments seriously? Because people don't get punished for doing the wrong thing. So it's more like a continuous process.
Yes.
Because it's been on and on for a while.
Some of them grow from level 7 to level 15 without even coming to office one day. How? How did you get these promotions? Instead of you getting reprimanded, you get, rewarded for doing nothing. So it's, what does that tell you? That people get reward for doing the wrong thing. But if people get punished regularly, the directors, most of them don't even come to work. So if the person that is the leader is not leading by example, so what do you expect from the followers? The only people that you see in some of these civil service, some of these secretariat and the rest are people who know that when they come to work, they get money that day. There are certain offices that are referred to as the engine rooms, where people, as you come, you collect bribes, you collect money from people who come around, and you know that you are making money every day. These are the few people that come to the offices. Otherwise, you go to some of these local, especially the local government councils, they don't go to work. So I would want to commend the Jigawa State Government for what they have done. They shouldn't stop there. those persons who have been identified as ghost workers should not just be sacked, they should be prosecuted for stealing from the government, because
and
it is obtaining by
across other states.
Yes, so other state governments from the federal, state, and local governments should ensure that this is a routine exercise. Let us be serious for once so that we can build a nation.
Thank you very much, Mufasa. Thank you so much.